What's happening? Salt and pepper. How you doing? Salt, pepper, and fire. My man, how are you doing this evening? TPC, where'd you go? Salt, pepper, where are you out of? What's happening this evening, everyone? I hope everybody is doing well, man. Heading into the weekend. We appreciate you stopping in this Thursday evening for a little bit. North Alabama. Okay, salt, pepper, and fire. Way back in the days, man, my alma mater, I was a part of the football team at that point. We came to North Alabama and whipped up on North Alabama's football team. Wet weekend. I mean, we had 6 inches of water on the football field during that Division II playoff game, but we put a hurting to Northern Alabama. Daddy D, what's happening this evening, buddy? Judge, here comes the judge. What's happening? Manny, how are you doing? We're giving them another minute or so, folks. We are giving them another minute or so. As a matter of fact, Salt, Pepper, and Fire, Mama Joe was at that game as well. We weren't, yes, we were. We were already a couple. But she came to that game as well to see Papa Joe do his thing. Bill, what's happening, buddy? How are you doing? Chicken fried. I will be seeing you in a couple of days, Bill. If everything goes as planned, I will be seeing you in a couple of days. Jorge 805, my man, what's up, Cali, homie? My homie. Few more seconds, guys. Man, it's been a restful weekend. You know, after a give or take 17-hour drive from Cincinnati, Ohio, I've been taking it real easy this week, man. Didn't get much done outside of relaxing. All right, folks, I want to welcome everyone back, man. We appreciate you stopping in for a little chat this Thursday evening. Tonight's topic is I think a pretty interesting one, man. What protein do you think you can handle best on the pit or the grill? You know, given the opportunity to win $100,000, given the opportunity to win a large chunk of money on a protein of your choice, which one would it be and why? So this protein is going to have to be a meat that you think you do extremely well every single time. Which protein do you do best? Which protein are you most confident in? Sleeper, what's happening? Welcome back, Sleeper. My man, Lance. Good to have you. You know, guys, Darnell, what's up? I know that we're all pretty comfortable on the pit or the grill. That is not even in question here. I think we're all comfortable. Justine, how are you doing, lady? Good to see you this evening. We're all comfortable around the pit or the grill. There's some things we probably do better than others, and I want you to think about that. If this is your first time seeing or hearing of the topic, I want you to think about that for a little while, for a few minutes. Why that protein? What makes you so confident that you can nail it every single time. You know, I have got one meat that I think, man, I can nail day in and day out with my eyes closed. And for me, it's because that meat is quite forgiving. You know, you might fall asleep, and even when it's overcooked, uh, the average person cannot tell it's overcooked because it still retains its texture, it still retains its moisture content. So, what meat do you think you would want to cook to win $100,000, and why? Before we get started, here's to everyone. Want you to enjoy the upcoming weekend. Be safe, have fun, get ready for work on Monday. Mr. Bean, what's going on, buddy? You know, I will go first. Like I said earlier, I am fairly comfortable with just about anything on the grill, man. Any protein. I think I can do all of them pretty well. I'm not going to say extremely well, but I think I can do all of them fairly well. But given the opportunity to win a chunk of money, I think I would do beef ribs. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I think beef ribs is one of those meats, as long as it's not undercooked, it's going to do extremely well. And unlike a lot of other meats, you know, every now and again you can get a brisket or a rack of ribs that just doesn't cook up well because of the particular makeup of that animal. It just doesn't cook up well. You can cook it just perfectly, but the taste is off. The fat content might be off. I find that beef ribs, I have never ever cooked a bad beef rib. Something that just did not cut it. You know, beef rib always come out smoking hot for as far as I am concerned. So my choice would be beef ribs. I think they're quite forgiving. You know, you can overcook them a little bit, and man, they're still going to maintain that texture and that moisture content. And I'm talking about just about any beef rib from choice on up. And with beef ribs, you don't have to go much past prime unless you happen to fall into a rack of Wagyu. And when I say beef ribs, I'm specifically referring to the 123A. I'm not talking about those 4-bone chuck beef ribs with the 5 and 6 different muscles. I do not like those. They don't cook up well for me. But I'm referring to 123A. Joe is in the house tonight. How you doing, Joe? Frenchies, what's happening, baby? Trumpet, what is going on? Whoa, this chat is moving pretty fast. I do not want to fall behind. Madwood, my man Terry is in the house. How are you doing? Double D says that his best category is ribs. He did not make the distinction pork ribs or beef ribs, or maybe it's just ribs in general. Just ribs in general. Pork ribs. I do a mean pork rib. I do a mean pork rib, but I've hit and miss at any given point. So that is the reason I did not go with pork ribs, Double D. I do not want to fall very far behind in this chat, man. So let me see. Trumpet says that he would throw down on a prime rib. Given the opportunity to win $100,000, he would be most comfortable with a prime rib. Now, a prime rib is also a cook that I think I do very well. And only issue with this one is you cannot afford to overcook a prime rib. So there isn't a whole lot of room for error with the prime rib, unlike the way I feel about some 123A dino ribs. But Trumpet, I can see that. That's an awesome choice. I love that prime rib video you did over the holidays. Love that prime rib video. Let's see. Mr. Everett, Joe Everett says he would murder some pork ribs every single time. And I'll tell you, if you've never watched one of Joe's videos, one of his rib videos, Joe will probably eat a rack of ribs at the end of his video, whether they be baby backs or spares. He will just about eat a rack of ribs at the end of his videos. So, Joe, I could definitely see you choosing pork ribs. I think you do cook a mean pork rib. Francis, how are you doing this evening? Joe says he wants to try your prime rib, Trumpet. I think Joe is what Joe's in Indiana, right? Joe's in Indiana. That's going to be quite a commute for some prime rib. There you go. Bean, were they from HEB? Some prime ones. I keep a couple of racks of those prime ones, man. 123As in the fridge. And again, I'm very picky. I look for that full fat cap. I want that nice thickness on that, even on that thin end. So I will check the display case every time I'm there. But more often than not, I don't pick up any. They've got to meet all my specs. Let's see. Trying to get caught up. All right, Donnell says I can put the chat in slow mode. Man, you're telling me something I did not even know. I don't even know if I want to mess with trying to find that right now. So I will have to play with that at the end of this and try to make it happen for the next chat. Wow. This man right here, Kirk Norris. What's up, bro? Hey, happy birthday, man. I saw you had a birthday a few days ago. This is one of my Central State brothers. We were on the same team back in the days, college. All right, he and I went to Northern Alabama and whooped up on what you call them? The Lions, I think. They were kittens by the time we were finished with them. What's up, Kirk? Good to have you this evening, man. We appreciate you stopping in. SPF. Now, I will tell you, man, I know what a beef shoulder clot is. I know, I'm not going to say I know, but I have seen how they're cooked. You know, they can be cooked very similar to a brisket. I have never cooked one. So at some point, I think I would like to cook an entire shoulder clod, not just parts or pieces. I would love to cook an entire shoulder clod. I understand you can make a ton of sandwiches, chopped beef sandwiches and the likes out of that. I never cooked one, but that's awesome, man. So I take it you've cooked many of them for you to be that comfortable in an effort to win that kind of money. That's awesome. These shoulder clods can get 20 pounds, folks. They're massive. They are massive. TPC says that Daddy Dutch is the baby back master. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a fan of baby backs. I can cook them. I can cook them just as well as I can cook a spare rib. But in terms of flavor and fat content, I am not a fan of baby backs. I'm a spare man. And it just so happened I did a Traeger private table class last night online, and man, it was ribs two-way, spares and baby backs, and they both cooked very well, very tasty. Matter of fact, we ate some last night, ate some today. Awesome racks of ribs, but I would just still prefer the spare ribs. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Manny. And again, man, my comp ribs are nothing like my backyard, my home ribs. I will eat my home ribs all day long. My comp ribs, I can barely take a bite at a competition. Yeah, barely take a bite. 805 tri-tip. 805, I've done 2 tri-tips my entire life. The first one was a few years ago, and I wasn't as knowledgeable about tri-tips as I am now. And the one I did on video just a few months ago came out really well. So I've got a better understanding. I'm not going to say a great understanding, but I've got a better understanding of how to cook a tri-tip. And I do think that tri-tip, like some of the other meats we mentioned, there isn't a whole lot of room for error. You know, you've got to hit that nail on the head with a tri-tip. So if you're going to use tri-tip to win that kind of money, then you've got to be pretty confident that you know how to cook it well. At 805, I don't know, but I have found through research, through talking to people, and then cooking it myself, that it finishes better in terms of a mouth chew, a textural chew at a higher temperature. So you want to take it 138. Some people even say 140. I know the one I did, I took to about 138, man, and it like Trumpet says, it cut and chewed like butter. So a higher temperature, I think, works well. Judge, Judge, I don't know how much you were around before the holidays, but I think a lot of people in here will tell you I'm not a fan of turkey. You know, I've cooked turkey. I've got one turkey video out there, and it's what I call a smide turkey, smoked and then fried. I don't want to eat turkey. I don't want to cook turkey. So turkey would probably be one of the last meats I would use. But when done right, from what I understand, turkey can be, I'll say palatable, but just not a fan. But you've got to have a mean turkey if you're going to cook turkey to try to win that kind of money. Turkey needs a lot of help in the flavor department. Otherwise, I think it's just a big old bland bird. But Judge says he has not screwed one up yet. So awesome, man. Judge, how do you cook your turkeys? Slow smoke? Hotter, faster? Spatchcock? Do you inject? Chingon, brisket. Wow, okay, sweet. Manny says he would cook a brisket for that kind of money. I can cook a brisket. You know, I can cook a brisket, but brisket in itself, and there's some room for error in brisket as long as it's not undercooked. There's some room for error in brisket. So brisket would not be a bad choice. The only thing, as far as in my opinion, brisket is one of those pieces of meat, man, where you can get a piece of meat that just doesn't have the flavor you want. You know, I have seen briskets that I know, speaking from personal experience, I have cooked briskets to what I think is just the greatest texture, the greatest color, smoke, the whole 9 yards. But that flavor for whatever reason, just wasn't there on that particular day. And the only thing I could blame was, all right, this animal just did not have the flavor that my previous briskets had. You know, I'm using the same products, the same injections, the same everything. The only thing changed was the piece of meat. So I think brisket can be one of those pieces of meat where one particular day you just did not get an animal with flavor. So that can be hit and miss, even though it doesn't happen very often. But I also, Manny, yeah, I'm very confident in brisket. It would not hurt my feelings if I had to cook one in a competition for that kind of scratch. My man, Steven, how you doing? Good to see you this evening, Steven. Hey, unless this is 4th of July and you on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, I don't know. I don't know that hot dogs are going to fly in this comp. You're going to really have to doctor up some hot dogs, Trumpet, going up against my beef ribs and Manny's brisket and Double D's ribs. You're going to really have to do something with those wieners. Trumpet, I think we all agree on that, man. He will do some ribs. I just like to trip and watch him eat. Madwood, fried chicken. Is that what you would do for that kind of loot? Now, I'm telling you, fried chicken, that would be a threat at a competition like that. Some fried chicken that's done really well would be a threat. I've never met anyone, unless you just have a problem with fried foods. I've never met anyone that doesn't enjoy a good piece of fried chicken. You know, some people might not be in the brisket, some people might not be in the pork ribs, but man, I have never met anyone that's not in the fried chicken. So that would be a pretty good choice, Madwood. But remember, it's got to be on the pit or the grill. So fried chicken might struggle. Yeah, I don't know what this character right here is talking about. 5 peppers for 1,000 for 100K any day. What are you going to do? Cook some peppers? You understand protein, right, Mr. Bean? What protein would you cook for 100K? I'm not sure what you mean by 5 peppers. Elaborate, por favor. Joe, man, on a serious tip, you ever get to Texas, you ever want to leave some of that cold and can get some heat, man, give us a heads up. And there would be a get together in our future. Darnell, now I have round steak. Is that the entire, like the big piece you'll see in a restaurant that is sliced in front of you? Is that that big old chunk of meat eye of round, or those individual cut smaller steaks? You know, eye of round steak is not something I've seen in any of my grocery stores or butcher shops, so I'm not sure. Sleeper says he would cook bacon. Not, uh, you're gonna have to do something special with that. Bacon is good now. Don't get me wrong. Again, we all love some bacon, but you're gonna have to do a little more than just fry up some bacon. Talk to me. Trumpet, we're gonna have to get you and Everett together over this prime rib because you two are just are into it. Manny, we said cook, not gobble. We said cook, not gobble the chorizo, man. He will gobble some chorizo. Everett, I am dead serious, man. Give us a heads up. Yeah, give us a heads up. We would do a nice get together. And for those of you who don't know, man, HEB is Texas's largest chain of supermarket. And it's an awesome chain. It's just not an average chain. HEB, I believe, has been voted just recently the #1 supermarket chain in the nation, even though they're not national. But in terms of products, both meats, veggies, the whole 9 yards, man, HEB puts out a quality product on a daily basis and takes pretty good care of its employees. So HEB for me is a go-to. Uncle Steve, what's happening, baby? How are you doing? Everett, all right. When that contest gets kicked off, I'm just working on the prize money. Working on the prize money. All I need is probably another couple of grand, and we'll be there. Wow, Sleeper, that's a massive pork roast. Are you going to cut them into chops? That is a massive pork roast. Pretty good price. Man, that'll make some serious chops. All right, Trumpet, you say you've done only 2 tri-tips. Didn't mind brisket style on the with the Texas Trinity, and it was fantastic. All righty. I've never thought about it. You know, I've seen a lot of videos where they're doing the chuck roast and the tri-tips and some other meats, brisket style. Maybe there's one in my future. Maybe there's one in my future. Michael, welcome, Michael. So are you cooking an entire clod? What does that weigh on average? And are you just making sandwiches or are you slicing kind of like brisket? I believe most people who do restaurants who do use clods for sandwiches, they do chopped sandwiches as opposed to sliced. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't yet hit that thumbs up button, that like button, feel free. Feel free. If you're not enjoying this, hit it twice. Hit the thumbs down twice. Let's see. Just trying to get caught up. Guys, if you're interested in Uncle Steve, an awesome line of products, there's the website. I'm telling you, I put a box for 2 different individuals in California. I made a little box with a variety of different spices, and I sent them one to my brother-in-law, one to my buddy's girlfriend, and man, they rave about Uncle Steve. Yeah, they rave about Uncle Steve. When I found out they needed more, I had to direct them to the website on the bottle. Trumpet, I don't care what anybody says, man. I don't think I will ever be able to get into turkey. It is just not one of those things I enjoy doing. Yeah. He did one using a mayo binder, 300 degrees until done, juicy and good on the Rectech. All right. Judge Webb says he does an overnight brine and inject with garlic butter. 325 and baste with butter as needed. Now I can see that garlic butter flavoring things a little bit, along with that overnight brine. I can see that adding some flavor. But if you're just cooking that turkey, I don't care what you baste it with while it's cooking. If you didn't add some flavor inside that turkey flesh, that meat, you're going to have that bland, old, big, heavy bird meat. Not a fan. Did I say that before? Uncle Steve, Trumpet wants to know, do you have any plans for a chicken wing rub? Tell him you can use any of those rubs you've got on chicken wings. Trumpet, what do you know about curry? What do you know about curry? Oh, I do some awesome curry chicken, man. And curry is the only meat I've ever, chicken is the only meat I've ever curried. But I love a coconut curry chicken. I do a mean one. There you go. Like I said, Trumpet, they might not be labeled chicken wings, but they're magic. They are magic on wings. A couple of days ago, my direct TV went out. Oh, matter of fact, it was the day of the Monday, the day of the Rams Arizona game. Direct TV went out early that morning, and they couldn't get to me until the following day. Apparently, there was a power surge, and it burned out the line from the satellite dish. So I had to go over my buddies. I just mentioned him, Gene. I had to go over his house to watch the Rams play the Cardinals. And on the way there, I picked up some brew and some Church's chicken. And I'm telling you, I love Church's chicken, Trumpet, but sometimes it's hit or miss. Some days you go to Church's, man, and that chicken is banging. Other days it's like blah. Well, that particular Monday night, it was on fire. I really enjoyed their chicken. Totally agree, TPC. Everett, I agree, man. If you do not enjoy brisket, you've got some issues. I'm not the biggest fan of the lean, of the flat, but you give me that fatty, that point all day long. Yeah, you give me that point all day long. SPF, thank you so much, man. Guys, gals, are you in the chat, man? Or you have not taken a look at the video we dropped earlier this week on the Weber Smoky Mountain, the WSM, did a foil boat brisket. And, man, sometimes things just work out perfectly. And this was one of those occasions. I've got several brisket videos out there, but this particular one, man, everything came together just like I could hardly imagine. A great combo of rubs. The cook went flawlessly and everything, man. And woo! Uh, I'm here at the house. I'm playing with lighting. I'm playing with camera height and angles. And man, for the most part, everything worked out very well that day. And I looked at the brisket video, the pictures while editing, and I was like, wow. I mean, the colors were so vivid. Everything just looked awesome. Brisket came out especially well. So go take a look at that video if you haven't yet, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. And brisket is something that I've really been researching and reading a lot about. All information out there. So brisket is just one of those meats because brisket, I think, right now is the meat in terms of the national barbecue community. You know, everybody wants to know about brisket. You can't go to a barbecue restaurant where brisket is not the thing on the menu. If you're a barbecue restaurant without brisket, chances are, man, you're not going to be all you can be. You know, so even those restaurants down south, man, that aren't in the brisket, primarily pork. If you don't have brisket, tourists won't stop by, the whole 9 yards. So brisket is right now is the national meat in terms of big time barbecue. So I've been reading a lot, and the more I read, man, and the more I start to adjust my brisket cook, the better my briskets are coming out. It'll just be nice if I was able to, and I should say my backyard briskets. It'll be nice if I was just able to somehow get that same effect in the competition world. But that's a topic for another day. But check out that brisket video, man. Came out really well. Let me know what you think. That foil boat hack. If you have not tried it yet, you know, if you haven't tried it yet, folks, I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. Some tips I will give you if you plan on using a foil boat hack. You know, I think it works better at that 250 to 275 temperature range. As you start going over that, if your pit wants to run at 300, I will tell you to add a little liquid to your foil. Add a little liquid to your foil. That way, the bottom of your brisket, whichever side you choose to put down, does not scorch, dry out, start to crack, or shred. That is one of the tips I'm going to give you. And if you've got an especially hot pit, another tip I will give you is to, as you create that foil boat, put a sheet of butcher paper over the top and tuck it into the sides. So you're still getting the best of both worlds. That brisket is still not steaming while maintaining the moisture content that you so desperately want. Take a look at that video. Let me know what you think if you haven't yet. Judge says Gator wings. Gator shake on wings is money. Can make it. All right, Madwood. I have seen in barbecue competitions on TV where they have fried fish and other things on the grill in a Dutch oven. All right. And I guess if they say on the grill or the pit, even though you're using a Dutch oven, that's still utilizing the pit or the grill. Hey, Bobby, how are you doing, lady? Come on, Bobby. Texas awaits. Darnell, I asked about that big piece of meat. That's the big eye of round. All right. Double D, you're just trying to get away from that snow and cold. TPC, let's make that happen, man. Let's make that happen. Trumpet, is the job taking you to Montana? Anybody from that neck of the woods know of any good barbecue joints up in Montana? Bobby, what video are you working on in secrecy? What video are you working on, lady? Talk to me. Let's see. And we are referring to Trumpet is referring to HEBs. If they were national, they would kill it. I can see them doing well. Yeah, I can definitely see them doing well, man. But you know how things are when companies feel threatened by competition, they can create some obstacles. So I think are there one or two stores outside of Texas? I think I just read something just recently where there might be one or two stores outside of Texas. Matter of fact, the article I read referenced the largest. No, that wasn't HEB. That was Buc-ee's. All right, so I don't know if there are how many HEBs there are outside of Texas. I don't know. But I was talking, the article I read was about Buc-ee's, that the largest Buc-ee's is currently being built outside of Texas. Our current largest Buc-ee's here in Texas is the one in New Braunfels. They've got 100 pump stations, not counting electric stations and those things. But the one that's being built, and I can't remember what state it's in, is going to have 120 pumps. So New Braunfels was kind of annoyed at that, but hey, expansion. Let's see. Rick, what's going on, buddy? How you doing this evening? Rick, I think, man, I'll be able to catch you. I'll be able to catch you now because football season makes it difficult, man, with Monday Night Football. Good to have you this evening. Let's see. Wow, Frenchie's whole hog. Man, I'm a fan of whole hog. And over the years, Mom and I have probably cooked 5 or 6 whole hogs. And when we say whole hogs, because of capacity, I am sticking to that. The largest we've done was 60 pounds dressed. All right, but now that I'm using my Traegers, I love that 40-pound range. So I love to do whole hogs. I think I do them well. My next step, the next time I do a whole hog, I do want to use some sort of open pit direct fire. That's a way that I've never cooked a whole hog. But man, I could see given the time that being able to win that kind of money, especially if you're comfortable enough to cook one. That means you've done it before. All right, this is that pork roast. All right, you had it cut to. All right, cut to 1 12-pound, and then 2 6-pound. Left them hold for now. Okay. All right. Man, I love, especially if they got the kind of fat content that I love. I love a double cut pork chop. Reverse seared. Oh my goodness. Daddy D, I'm right there with you, man. I love those whole hogs. I love the whole hogs. I've never been a part of a 100-pound plus whole hog. That would be interesting. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at that very soon, in the very near future, Trumpet. Same here, Everett. I have done the tri-tip cooked like a steak. I love the reverse sear, but I haven't yet tried it brisket style. Trumpet, he wants to know, do you wrap it in foil as well after you get through the stall, or does it even have the stall? I would think it wouldn't, Joe, being that small a piece of meat. It doesn't have the size of a brisket, so I don't know that it would. Trumpet, help a brother out. Yeah, he wrapped them in a foil tray because of their small size. Thank you very much, Uncle Steve. I will be sure to do that. Yeah, I will be sure to do that. Trumpet, he didn't have a live this past Monday because he was watching the Rams thump those Cardinals' booties. That's what he was doing. Rick knows a good thing when he sees one. Michael says he liked the brisket as well. Absolutely, Michael. Darnell, man, you and I feel very similar with that tri-tip. I don't know that I would ever cook one quite like a brisket. I just don't know that I would. I can see me trying that style of cooking with a chuck roast, but I don't know that I will do it with a tri-tip. Yeah. Oh, that was my phone. I don't know who's calling at this point. I thought I had the volume down. Yeah, Darnell, like I was saying, man, I don't know that I would either. I think tri-tip is designed to be cooked the way it's cooked. If you've got that Santa Maria, then go ahead and use it. But I don't know that I will ever do one brisket style. I definitely see a chuck roast though in my future. Yeah. Trumpet says he put Uncle Steve on his cereal. Chicken fried, man, you could have kept that to yourself. Chicken fried is back. He said his wife showed up with Whataburger. All right, she must be pissed at you tonight. Not a Whataburger fan either. The smoke bomb is the real deal. Uncle Steve's smoke bomb. If you haven't yet checked it out, you absolutely need to. Yeah, you definitely need to. Trumpet, you like bushes, huh? We had one built a couple of miles from where we live, and I think I gave it 5 or 6 months for the hoopla to die down, and finally went there and was was like sort of like, nah, I could have it or leave it. And recently, within the last give or take 6 months, I've had it twice, and I've been pleasantly surprised. The first time I was drinking rather heavily, and at that point, just about anything will taste halfway decent. But the second time I was good and sober, and I was like, all right, this isn't too bad. They've got a chili, like a chili hot sauce that really, really works on chicken trumpet. If you haven't yet tried that, it's a chili hot sauce. It's something like that in a little packet. If you haven't tried it on chicken yet, it's really good. Steven, Church's chicken is money, man. I like Church's. Yeah, I like Church's. TPC, you do remember they used to have chicken on steroids back in the days. I mean, a two-piece was all you needed. Now the chicken, the pieces have gotten smaller. So now you need a three-piece. Hey, Rick. Hey, don't knock KFC either. When we were back in college, the wife at the time, girlfriend, had a little side gig at KFC, and she would work maybe from 4 to like closing, and I was in a football dorm, and man, all the football players got to know that once she got off of work, whatever was left, she would be bringing back to the football dorm. And man, football players are always broke, always hungry. Man, we used to live for that give or take 9, 10 o'clock hour in the football dorm, just killing a couple of buckets of KFC. So I still love KFC to this day, the original. Matter of fact, I've never even tried anything else, the crispy or whatever else they got. Love the original. Trumpet, thank you very much. And man, I've gotten pretty good barks in the past, but this particular rub that I tried for the first time, I read about it. I saw some of the pictures posted, and I thought I'd give it a shot. Bearded Butchers, I'm not affiliated with Bearded Butchers in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm just telling you something that I really I'm impressed with. So I gave it a shot, and I ordered a bottle of the Bearded Butchers Black. Not salty, not anywhere close to salty. So I figured I'd put down my 16 mesh and kosher salt, and then cover that with that Bearded Butchers. Out of the bottle, you can taste just a little hint of sweet from the molasses, and a hint of coffee. And I think when people hear about coffee in a rub, they really start thinking, okay, this piece of meat is going to taste like coffee or something. That cooks out, that goes away. It really complements anything. I think it really complements anything else that it is put on. But that bark, man, just meshed very well with the black pepper and salt. Stuck to the meat. You notice when I'm slicing that, it's not flaking off. It's not sloughing off. It's not coming off with the knife or anything. And I think that was a combination of rubs as well as the way I rested that particular brisket. And it wasn't until after the fact, after I posted the video and I watched it, I realized I did not mention how I rested that particular brisket. And this was my first time doing it this way. All right. So right off the pit, when I probed it and it probed tender, I put that foil boat on a sheet pan, and I came inside and I simply loosely covered that sheet pan. I didn't let it rest or anything. I loosely covered that sheet pan with aluminum foil. And I use the term loosely because I did not crimp and seal the edges. I wanted that steam to be able to escape. All I was trying to do was slow down the cooling of that brisket. I wanted to extend that cool time as opposed to having it cool in 45 minutes to an hour. So after I loosely tinted, I simply stuck it in my oven. The oven had never been turned on that day. So I stuck it in a cold oven. I figure that an oven, there's some air movement in an oven that's not turned on, unlike a cooler, a sealed Yeti cooler. There's still great room for moisture to build up in there. But I think with the oven, there's some air movement. So I just left it there for about 2 hours and 50 minutes. I really got antsy at the end and wanted to see what I ended up with. And man, was I thoroughly impressed when I did open that package. That bark had not changed. I had a little low spot that had built up some moisture, and at wrap time, the moisture had pretty much gone away, almost 90%. But all that really dried out and just really became a solid bark at the end. So that was the first time I tried that rest method, and it absolutely worked. Check it out if you haven't yet, folks. Let me know what you think. Trumpet in the I like they've got decent fried liver. Their gizzards, though, I needed to have a gizzard to be able to process their gizzards. They were tough and chewy. Not gonna mess with their gizzards. Sleeper. So I took that brisket. I tasted it. I tasted it on camera, but 99% of that brisket, man, I let it cool, vacuum seal, and froze. And we drove. I drove to Ohio, and we gave it to my brother-in-law. And man, I mentioned it in front of a number of people, and I shouldn't have, because now everybody wants some of Papa Joe's, Mom and Papa Joe's barbecue the next time we come to the Cincinnati area. And all I can do is say, all right, I got you covered the next time. The next time I come, I got you covered. So I'm going to have to cook a couple of brisket the next time we go, and then make little small vacuum sealed packages to satisfy everybody. If any of you out there from the Ohio area are lurking in the background right now, shout out. Papa Joe got you covered. All right, that's pretty cool, Stephen. I didn't realize that you guys have Church's chicken. Their biscuits are all right. Yeah. They're one of the few biscuits that I will take a bite or two of. This damn trumpet is something else. Everett, I'm telling you, Weber does an awesome job. I love these old school pits, and I call it WSM old school. We bought two WSMs in 2010, and one of them I gave to one of my good buddies, man, that helped Mom and I out for a number of years on the competition trail. So I gave him one, and the other one I still have, and man, they're still going strong. Same thing with those Webers. We started competing in 2010 with my current WSM and one of my current Webers. The bottom is pretty much burnt out. The little vent closure is long history starting to rust, but it is still kicking along with my Smokinator. So if you're looking for something fairly inexpensive but very versatile, look at a WSM, folks. Look at a WSM. You will not go wrong. You're going to be very happy. Hey, and Everett, Joe has a number of awesome videos on his Weber Smoky Mountain. Go check him out. Everett Barbecue. Everett Barbecue. Rick, yeah, I enjoyed their livers. The gizzards, I needed a jacquard to really try to tenderize those gizzards. My teeth aren't what they used to be. Well, nice, good for you, Mr. Bean. Good for you. Let's see. We are at that hour. we are at that hour. Madwood, Buta. All right, I'm looking at give or take 35, 40 minutes to Buta. That would be pretty cool if that happened, man. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. The Dutton Ranch. Is that Montana or is that Yellowstone? Is that Wyoming? Is that Montana? I think it is Montana. I think you're right, Rick. Yeah, I think I think you're right. Trumpet TPC says there was a barbecue spot in Jackson Hole. All right, a little bit on the foodie style. So you're probably looking at bougie barbecue, but it was okay. All right, when there isn't a whole lot to choose for, you gotta make what you get work. Rick, yeah, I don't know what went off, man. Somebody's out there hijacking somebody. Folks, I'm sipping on, man, some good. This is one of my go-to here at the house. 1738 Remy Martin. Awesome bottle of cognac. Based on where you get it, this will run you about $80, but it drinks like $160 bottle. An awesome bottle of yak. Let's see. Sleeper says everything food is good in Montana. All right, and they're even making that wacky tobacco illegal. Mary Jane. Mary Jane. I guess, man, at some point I'm gonna have to hit that and see what the hoopla is all about. Oh, there's some Texans that just are absolutely in love with Buc-ee's. You can't say anything bad about Buc-ee's. I go to Buc-ee's, man. I usually stop there for breakfast on a road trip to gas up and to get ice. They've got some of the best, cheapest ice. So if I'm headed east or north for competition, I will usually gas up and get ice at one of two Buc-ee's. Those 20-pound bags, man, are like $2.99 or maybe even $1.99. Pretty cheap, and gas tends to be nicely priced. All right, guys, give me a heads up when we make this happen. Yeah, give me a heads up. Man, Everett always tied up with something, Joe. Joe, I think you're in witness protection, man. I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to get at you. Joe and I were supposed to do a collab, folks, but it hasn't happened yet. Let's see. Smoking Joe's in the house. What's happening, Joe? Joe, what was I knocking? Hey, tonight I knocked turkey. Uh, what else did I knock tonight? Oh, Whataburger. Those are the only two things I knocked tonight. What's the game changer that I knocked, Joe? What did I forget already? You know, I'm getting up there in age. Maybe I forgot that I knocked something. I did knock Bush's gizzards. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. Robbie asks, what's your preferred weight of competition Wagyu briskets? A hot and fast cook trying to dial in his timing. Robbie, I always tell folks, man, I am not married to any one particular weight range. As long as a brisket meets my specs in terms of flat thickness, overall width, and symmetry. So I want a brisket that's fairly even, you know, from side to side. You know, some briskets you have that thick side and then it slopes really fast and drastic to the opposite side. Not a fan of those. I want one that slopes gradually. So I want as close to even thickness as possible. The thing about briskets is that the larger they are, especially when you're talking about competition, Robbie, the larger they are, the more you end up trimming off. And I'm not going to say wasting because for the most part, we use those trimmings, but you're buying unnecessary weight when you start talking about a larger competition brisket. You know, don't lose sight of the fact that we're only turning in, you know, between 7 and 9 slices. We're only turning in. And the larger the brisket you cook, the more extended your time is. So I am not married to any one particular weight. If my brisket meets my specs, overall symmetry, thickness of flat, evenness of flat, and marbling, I'm buying it. It can be 11 pounds. It can be 20 pounds. And anywhere in between. I hope that helps. Hey, I'm going to leave Whataburger alone. Yeah, I am going to leave Whataburger alone. Joe, not the biggest fan of their chicken. I like that beans and rice. I like that beans and rice. Hey, and their fish and chicken sandwiches, though, are banging. Their fish, Popeye's fish and chicken sandwiches are banging. I knew Bill would. Bill's the old Texas boy. I knew he would agree with Joe. Yeah, Trumpet. Their chicken game is weak, man. Yeah, their chicken game is weak. Joe, Joe's lying. It's not just you, Trumpet. It's you and I. SPF says we've got a slim chicken. Never heard of slim chicken. Yeah, never heard of that one. How is it, SPF? We agree again, Trumpet, that beans and rice. I sometimes wish they'd put more rice in there though, because it's 80% beans, which is a good thing. But again, I love that textural difference. Yeah, Popeyes, not gonna have it. Yeah, not gonna have it. That spicy chicken sandwich. Oh yeah, we're building a Canes pretty close, 10 minutes from the pad. I'm interested to see what that's going to be like. Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. I am one of those. I don't know that chicken and waffles go together. I've always thought of waffles as uh, a breakfast bread, so to speak, similar to pancakes. I don't. I my wife enjoys it. She's ordered it several times in restaurants. I'm not. If I want waffles, then I'm going to get waffles for breakfast. If I want chicken, I'm going to get chicken for lunch. Trumpet, is it the job taking you there, or are you on pleasure? Brian, how you doing, buddy? Brian Vistrom, my man. Good to see you. Man, you guys, hey, right here, Joe. Eyes right here. Don't worry about what's back there. Triple B, what's up, buddy? Hey, I hope you get my email. All right. The third time's a strike. All right. The third strike and you're out, Triple B. I hope you got my email. All right, moving right along. Trump is a gizzard expert. He says there's a layer, there's a membrane. Trumpet, do you have to use it like a little piece of paper towel and peel it back like you do ribs? Judge, man, you know I don't watch a whole lot of turkey videos. You must have missed my my earlier dissing of turkey. And who wants to cook a turkey at the end of January? I guess you can cook one for Martin Luther King birthday. Triple B, I'm gonna go check out your turkey video since Judge referred me to it. I'm trying to get to the end of this chat, but you guys won't let me. Joe, you know I'm old school, bro. You know I am old school. And I was just, I thought about your cognac from last night, and I was showing the folks, man, this is what I'm hitting on tonight. A little Remy, 1738. It's about based on where you buy it, about an $80 bottle, man, but it drinks so much more expensive. So much more expensive. But yes, I'm totally old school, man. Marvin Gaye, the whole 9 yards. Whoa. Yeah, Rick, I do all the time, man. Hey, easy, Rick. Easy. Back up off the edge. Back up off the ledge. We don't have to go that far. We don't have to go that far. I'm an in and out man. Oh, okay. So there's a Whataburger in Nashville, and he says the line has been very long for 2 weeks. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. That's always the case when something first open up. But Whataburger has their loyal following, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just have not taken a liking to their burgers. There are a few times over the years I've stopped there on the way on a road trip for breakfast, but the burgers just don't work for me. Robbie, I was glad that helped you out, man. I was glad you were still sticking around as I played catch up to this chat. Tyron, how you doing, buddy? My man. You guys are killing me with this chat, man. I got Panchuco is in the house. Drunken Chef from Mesa, Arizona. All right, man, we're getting the whole crew in here this evening. I much appreciate you guys hang out. Hit that thumbs up, man. Let me know that you're enjoying what we're doing and talking about. Guys, I need your eyes right here. Look at this face. Look at this beard. Look at this head. I need you right here. Don't worry about there. On this side, that is my daughter, a painting done by one of her friends. Up top, that's an old school Western style portrait of Mama, my daughter, and myself. On that side, that's my daughter while she was attending Texas State University. Down there, right there, are some dance photos of my wife and daughter back in the days. Back in the days. My pits are burning. Man, you know, I've seen and heard of this Gus, but I've never stopped. I've ran across the Gus Famous Fried Chicken on road trips, and I just was not in a position to stop at any one of those spots on the road. But I would like to hit them up. Yeah, I would like to hit them up. Trumpet, you have a good evening, man. All right, for those of you who do not know, this is barbecue bourbon and blues right here. Kelly, how do you pronounce that with the double I's? I don't want to say Kelly and mispronounce it. How is that pronounced? The word brothers. T, I appreciate it, man. That brisket, man, I couldn't ask for much more than that. Yeah, I couldn't ask for much more than that. Well, look at Panchuco right there, balling. Just got home from the Prime Steakhouse at the MGM in Detroit. Awesome, man. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Darnell. This damn Darnell is a fool. Oh, you're doing that. You're doing that big cook, right, T? How many briskets do you have on? And I think you told me you were going to put them on the rotisserie. Man, I need a rotisserie of some type in my life. You know, I understand that there is a aftermarket rotisserie for the Weber. Man, I need a rotisserie of some type. You know, a little while ago, end of last year, I was gifted. Well, last summer, I was gifted a master-built 1050 with the rotisserie attachment. But, man, it sat on my deck for an extended period. And ultimately, because I wasn't using it, I gave it up as a raffle item for a fundraiser. So I was really, really looking forward to the rotisserie, but I just never got to it. So I gave it up for that raffle. And it went to an awesome cause as opposed to it gathering dust on my deck. Just way too many pits on my deck. Thank you very much, Double D. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. Drunken Chef, what's happening, buddy? Folks, if you haven't yet, go check out Drunken Chef. Some nice videos. This is the crew, Drunken Chef. You've seen, I'm sure you've seen many of these guys before. All right. Oh, it's pronounced Keely. All right, my man. I wasn't even close. Keely. Yeah, I was not even close, but I got you covered now. Yeah, I got you covered. Darnell, even Mama Joe is tripping, is laughing at your ass. uh, TNT, how many briskets? I asked. Maybe you answered already, and I haven't gotten there. I'm telling you, man, Thyron does a lot of cooking for the masses. I love those types of cook. You know, I'm one of those, man. I love to sit back with just the fellas over a pit or two, man. Just overnight cooks, break out the cigars, got some good cognacs and beers, and just tell lies all evening long. That is right up my alley. Yeah, that is right up my alley. Man, Bean, I would love to do more seafood videos, but you know, they're great, but right now, uh, our subscribers just aren't into them. You know, they just aren't into them, and it's always disappointing when you think you're putting out a nice video, but people just aren't interested in it, man. But I love to do seafood. Matter of fact, I think in the very near future, I ran across a seafood stuffed bell pepper that I'm very, very much interested in doing on video, and that might be something I do regardless of the 20 people that might watch it. Daddy Dutch, the ribblizer, that's what that one's called, huh? The rotisserie. I'll have to do some research, man, and I don't know how well I might be served spending $150 or so on a burnt out Weber. So I just might have to upgrade completely and get a package. Just get some new Webers. My Webers are on the way out. They're starting to burn out. Folks, if you haven't seen this yet, all right, 805 and the Drunken Chef are doing a collab on spare ribs. All right, videos start dropping tomorrow. So we'll be looking for that 805. Be on the lookout, folks. Be on the lookout. Madwood, you're in the catering. Yeah, you cater big time, man. A 5-gallon pit will do you well. Yeah. TNT, I think we're in the low 30s right now and windy. So wind chill factor might put us in the upper 20s. But we're nowhere near -8. And I think our high might have been 33 or something today, and schools got canceled. So if we ever hit -8, we might be canceling life here in San Antonio. All right, Drunken Chef. Good to have you guys, man. All right, TNT's got 21 briskets on the pit. Daddy Dutch is -5. Wow, you guys are freezing. You guys are freezing. All right, guys. You guys have got me tonight, man. All right, the Ribbolator works great, but a pain to clean the trays. All right, I will have to keep that in mind. If you haven't yet checked out the barbecue junkie, there it is, 805. Make it happen. Daddy Dutch, I would jump on a deal like that, man. That's a classic. Yeah, that is a classic. That's like collecting automobiles. That's a classic. I love that. All right, folks, man, awesome evening. I appreciate you guys stopping in. We appreciate you guys stopping in. And let's look forward to doing this again. Next Thursday, man, we'll be out at the San Antonio Rodeo. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to try to stream from there on my phone or something along those lines. But if we do, I will give you a heads up. And if not, then we may be missing another Thursday. But San Antonio Rodeo might be a little stream coming from there next Thursday. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Once again, Joe said, uh, Joe said, let's wait another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes. All right, Daddy Dutch, come on. Hit me with it, Daddy D. Man, I'm telling you, I love this. I love this. I love this. And usually on Thursdays, I'm in a rush for Thursday night football. There isn't any right now. Well, anybody got plans for some awesome videos coming up, man? I've got so many things that I want to cook. And many of them are not, traditionally the barbecue meats that we all have come to know and love. But I'm just so excited about cooking that I want to cook some things, man, that are outside my wheelhouse, some things that I'm not comfortable with. And I'm looking forward to those. I think I mentioned, just recently I did the head cheese, totally outside my wheelhouse. I am really, really excited about at some point doing a video of a biryani, which is a meat and rice dish that is absolutely delicious. We did one Christmas Eve, had folks over, and it went over well. Yeah, it went over well. Joe, man, I that is very close to happening. Right now I've cooked briskets on every single pit that I have out there except my Weber kettle. So that will be my next brisket video. When it's coming, it might be next month or some point after that. But that is the one pit that I have not yet done a brisket on, the Weber kettle. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But I do want to do a no wrap brisket at some point. I do want to do a no wrap brisket at some point. So that is going to happen. Wow, Donnell, I am dead serious. I am so excited to hear that. I am so excited to hear that. There was a time when I was pushing Sleeper, and then Sleeper went off by himself and started doing videos without giving us a heads up. So eventually, when he finally did give us a heads up, then we started watching and going to his page. But I think he might have just told specific people in private because he did not make it public. Because I didn't know. When I went to his site, he had been going live. He had been dropping videos for maybe a month and a half. He was already 10, 12 videos in before I found out about it. Oh, okay. A veggie beef stew. Perfect time of the year for such a meal, man. Yeah. Drunken Chef, you have a good evening too, man. All righty. Daddy Dutch, we will see you in Houston. We will be on Champions Corner, Champions Road, come February. We will see you there. Yeah. Everett, we will, you and I, man, we'll get offline and work out a time period for this unwrapped brisket. I'm very much interested. Yeah, I am very much interested. Folks, y'all have a great evening, man. And like I said, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And we will be back. If not next week, then we will see you the following week. But I will give you a heads up. I will give you a heads up. We appreciate it. Once again, I want all of you to have a great evening. And finish out tomorrow's work day and then enjoy your weekend. Stay warm. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you when we see you. Holla.